When I was little, I would wait for my mom to finish with her fashion magazines so that I could tear out those pages with beautifully colored um, solid colors or floral images or any images at all that were really neat and cool so I could use them to cut out my letters that I would use on my poster boards, my school projects, for my greeting cards. And nowadays, when you walk into a Joann's or a Michael's and walk down their scrapbooking aisle, there's a ton of amazing colored, textured, glittered paper that you can use. Things that were beyond my imagination as a kid. Now in the digital age, though, there is a way for you to scrapbook using digital images, also collages of digital images. And that's what I'll show you how to do today using Adobe Photoshop. Let's go and have some fun. For my first project here, I want to cut out the word happy using this sunrise background. So what I'll do is on the left-hand screen, I've typed out the word happy, and I want to resize it now so that I can take full advantage of the image on the right-hand side with my cutout. So what I'll do here, I've already typed it using the text tool. Now I'll go up to Edit, Free Transform, and let's resize that as large as I can on my canvas. Okay, I think that'll do. Check mark that. Now I'll use the wand tool to select my letters from the word happy. Once I've selected the first letter, I'll hold down the Shift key and select the next letters. Okay, all 5 letters of my word happy are now selected. I want to make sure on the top toolbar here that this first square is highlighted. Now I will go ahead and move my arrow within my selection, hold down the left mouse button, and drag that over to the background that I want to cut the letters from. And now you'll see how my letters have moved over to the background, the sunrise background here. And I can move it around to locate it where exactly I want the cutout to be. So I want a little ocean, a little sunrise in my lettering. Go ahead and move it right here, I think. Is good. There you go. Once the selection is where I want it to be, I will now go Control C on the keyboard, which is copy, and then I'll go back to my page here on the left-hand side, or you can just go on to wherever it is that you want to paste these letters, and Control V to paste. And there you see, you've cut out your letters from this sunrise background and moved it over to this white background. That's one quick and simple way for scrapbooking, cutting out your letters from any background that you like. The next part of my project here is I want to create my own background. So let's say I want to make a collage of happy kids. So I've collected 9 images. I've resized all of the images here to 500 by 500 pixels with a 72 resolution. I have a workspace here that is 1500 by 1500 pixels with a resolution of 72. So I'm going to select each of these photos, and I will click on each of these screens, Control A on my keyboard to select all, and Control C to copy. I'll go over to my workspace and then Control V to paste. Now go ahead and do this to move all of them over to my workspace. Now close out each of these windows as I complete the copy. Okay, so let's move things around a little bit right now just to see where we are. We don't have everything moved yet, or everything copied over yet. Remember that if you right click, you want to choose the layer that you want to work with. Adobe works in layers, so you have to choose the one that you want to move around. So I'm spacing these out right now. Okay, so we have 4 pictures. Let's look at the next ones. Then Control A, Control C, Control V. Close that one out. And I think I might have closed one out by accident without pasting it properly, so I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate another one of these images here. So let me move these things around right now, just so they don't look too duplicated. These fellows do look very cute, so I don't mind having them on here twice. Okay, so everything has fallen into the grid correctly. So I now have my little collage. Oops, let's move this one into its right space. There we go. So these are all my happy, smiling kids. And I can cut lettering from here. I can cut shapes from here. What I do want to do before I do any of that, though, is to go to, once you have everything the way you like it, you can go to Image, or I'm sorry, to Layers, and then Merge Visible, or even Flatten Image. So this connects them all, so that now they all move as one sheet, as you can see there. So now that we have our collage created for our background, let's cut out a shape that we want, and we'll look on the left-hand toolbar here and choose the Custom Shape tool. Go to the top toolbar and choose our shape. I've already selected the flower shape that I want. And I'm going to go ahead and hold down the left mouse button and drag it out on top of my collage background here. I want to resize that and go to Edit, Free Transform to take full advantage of the collage I've created on the bottom there. Get every one of those smiling faces into this flower as much as I can. Alright, so I'll click OK. Now this is where you want to go to your window and make sure that you have your layers toolbar picked. And the trick here is to, you see how you have your shape created? The trick here is to go to the layer tool, layer tab here, and then you want to rasterize the layer. Rasterize shape. I'm not quite sure what rasterize means, but this is what helps you to get you to the next step here. I think it just helps you to save that shape onto your image. Okay, now I'm going to delete the shape 1. I'm not quite sure where it came from, but we really don't need it. Okay, so now I have my underlying collage layer and the shape that I want to cut out from my collage layer. I'm going to go to the toolbar again and choose my wand tool. Now I'm going to make sure that I click on shape so that I can highlight the shape. You'll see here that you have those running lines highlighting the shape of the flower. Then I'm going to click on the underlying layer, go to Select, inverse, and then I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard, and then go back to shape and then delete. Or actually I need to deselect, so I'll go to deselect and then delete. And now I'm left with my collage in the cutout shape that I desired. I'm going to add a background so that it shows up a little better here. And I'll do that background the same color. Let's use our paint bucket here and pour the paint on. You can drag your layer down here so that one is below the other. And you can see now that my flower shape is cut out from the collage I created. That simple. Looks like a little bit of magic, but it's very quick and easy. Just knowing how to use your layers and your selection tools. So take a look again at this tutorial. I know things went by pretty quickly, but it's a matter of practicing and giving things a try. You'll find your own way of doing this. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them below, and I'll try to answer them for you as soon as I can. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.